Hello everyone and welcome back to the Spearhead cast. With me, Matt. We have a 1v1 for you all here on Canal Park on the Western Front. Let's go for the players. Represent the United States. You have Q straight out the gate with airborne and going straight for paratroopers. This should be interesting. Representing the Wehrmacht today, we have Professor straight out the gate with Leichter Division. This should be fascinating. Leichter versus United States Airborne. Let's see how Q does with just airborne troops, because they're going for the more costlier, but much more elite, actual airborne division, rather than just a rifleman. And the Professor's going for the basic 1-1-1 opening. Volksgrenadier, Pioneer, and Grenadier, so you have a little bit of everything. Helps the Wehrmacht early game with some map control. Americans going to be a little bit on the back foot with that, I think. Because they have the airborne, which are costly, so you cannot have as many of them on the field. They are very potent, though. Airborne squads should not be underestimated under any circumstances. Especially not the fire team variant here, as we can see. These are long-range versions of them, basically. You can also get an assault team, which is better for close to medium range. They are armed with M1 Garands, though, so they will actually do pretty good at medium range, too. And even close range at that. The Pioneers are going to spot the airborne here, and the airborne are going to start getting shots in. Not sure who's going to win that engagement. You have some pretty good long-range engagements, but that is an airborne fire team. Problem is they're losing their cover, and there's also the fact that the Americans don't have the tier 2 upgrades, which they need the lieutenant for. They want to increase the fire rate of all the infantry by 50%. Because I'm pretty sure the airborne are also affected by that, but I'm not an expert. Also, they're pulling back though. Remember, airborne do heal out of combat if they don't lose models, so they can stay fighting for a while. Oh, I don't think the Volksgrenadiers should chase after them. That is a very risky maneuver. Especially because it's a fire team, and fire teams are pretty good. You also have a Pathfinder on the field, some airborne scouts, basically. Setting up a station there so they can airdrop in stuff as a beacon. And stealthing, because these guys can actually stealth and sneak around. Pretty useful unit. And you can see the airborne are healing here. They don't need medics for anything. The Germans do need to be a little bit cautious, but there's nothing to stop them on the other flank at the moment. Kulewagen keeping an overwatch as the Grenadiers are securing ground. Pathfinders are sneaking up somewhat. You get the Beano grenade, which is actually an instant grenade that explodes immediately upon contact. So we also have a 50 caliber machine gun coming out for the airborne. Pretty powerful American machine gun. Oh, looks like we have a looks like we have like a development thing here. Because you're not meant to see this map from this angle. Anyway, airborne with a 50 caliber American heavy machine gun that is very good at dealing with light vehicles. Can chew through most German light vehicles with these, including the half-tracks. Very powerful weapon. Like the airborne Pathfinder is just waiting here. You know the Volksgrenadiers are around. Just need to be cautious. Both sides are playing it a little bit slow at the moment, trying to be cautious. Probably realizing because they're playing as the airborne, they have to be very careful with their positioning. And the Germans realize if they get into the wrong position against the airborne, they'll die instantly. Both sides are just trying to play it very, very cautious. And the DS are going to get in range here for the re-echelon. Kulewagen could move up. 50 caliber is waiting down here in ambush. Oh, it's going to be able to get shots in on this Kulewagen. And that's it, Kulewagen. 50 caliber bullets chew it apart in seconds. The Mthis, I believe it was one of the nicknames for the 50 caliber machine gun. It's actually still used very heavily by the United States today. It's basically one level short of an autocannon when you think about it. It's a huge machine gun. Pathfinders getting Thompsons, which actually could mean if they get the right angle, they could kill those Volksgrenadiers in seconds. Panzergrenadiers also coming up with an MT-42. Airborne are getting some distraction shots in now. Trying to buy time for the Pathfinders to get up, but they're also going to spot that machine gun, so they probably want to take that as their target. They're waiting here in the bush. Oh, he's biting his... I like to see this. Q is playing very sneakily here. Airborne just have to hold on for a bit. Smoke grenade popping out. Biding their time. I like it. Also Beano grenade, which is going to be an instant grenade. Don't have the munitions for it though. Now they do. Throwing the Beano. Oh, they're not throwing it yet. And now the airborne assault. Very nice! He needs to stand still though. Might they lose the model here? The Pathfinders don't need it. Yeah, fucking airborne. That's how you do it. That is very good airborne play from Q right there. I like to see it. Also, the Germans are quickly rerouting troops though. Those Thompsons might protect them. Already get some good shots in the Pioneers. Don't underestimate the Pathfinders. The Pathfinders are considered ace training, I'm pretty sure. So for being a 3-man squad, they're pretty good, but that final guy has to get out of there. Oh, the beacon can also allow the airborne to just power drop in reinforcements, right? Not sure this guy is gonna make it up though, unless those airborne get up there to support. Pathfinder's doing his best here with his Thompson, but that might be too much. Yeah, Pathfinder down. Cost lost. He was trying to save it though. Good attempt, Q. Very good attempt, but a little bit too late. That was actually a frag grenade. He's trying to deny the machine gun. That's not gonna work this time. Looks like American riflemen are gonna be called onto the field. Rather than just more airborne troops. So I guess Q is backpedaling a little bit and getting some basic riflemen. Helps show up the front line.
We got a rifle squad waiting for orders.
Will the Echelon are pushing up somewhat for the German fuel. More and more machine guns are arriving here for the Wehrmacht. So they're just gonna grab a lot of machine guns. Ooh, and MD42 is definitely gonna kill those Echelon. They're not gonna be able to get anywhere close. Yeah, that's a Echelon squad boat down in seconds. Small arms have been upgraded now, so all the American units should fire 50% faster with all their basic weaponry. More grenades handed out here to the riflemen. 42 sitting up though. Can I actually see that sandbag? They could be auto fire it to destroy it. So they're gonna let the Americans dig in. 50 caliber sitting up back here. The Americans need to decide what they do next. Looks like they go for 4 HQs. You also have an airborne lieutenant called onto the field here. Because the Americans are a little bit ahead of the curve in the officery work that's being done, they actually can get upgrades to get like air support. Ooh, 50 caliber against MT42. I think the 50 caliber has that fight, especially because the MT42 is out in the open. Well, they're lucky they didn't take more losses there. But the Grenadiers are nearby here with plenty of rifle grenades. Probably aiming to flank the 50 caliber here. Throwing enable grenades as smoke grenade. So I think that 50 caliber probably has to evacuate if they realize what's happening. But they don't realize it at the moment. An airdrop going in as well for the United States. Probably some more units. Yeah, 50 caliber has to get out of there. Really making a run for it. Smoke is clearing. Well, looks like the team is gonna get it out of there before the MT42 opens fire. Looks like there's an airdrop of weapons, including an air-cooled 30 caliber. Airborne here now with a BAR. That's not a BAR, just a 30 caliber. Already mowing down one Grenadier squad. Airborne are pretty damn potent after all. And MT42 is now able to shoot at them. Quick barrage being called in here by the lieutenant. Will be enough though. Appropriate to cover their retreat. Good to see. Artillery strike going in. Hitting right in the MG42, killing it. Ooh, the Germans are suffering heavy loss. These elite paratroopers. Panzer Grenadiers on the field here now. Being equipped with the MKB-42. Basically it's like a precursor to the Sturmgewehr. It's very similar though. Almost identical in design. More paratroopers airdropping in. Ooh, might be a bad drop. No deaths, okay. No, one death. One guy fell in the water there. Oh, he actually drowns too. Oh, that's horrible. That was a bad drop, but then again, they're trying to drop into like a city or town something. Somewhere in the Benelux area. That's a lot of carbine fire coming towards them. Gewehr 43 is now being handed to them as well, so these troops are going to be very good at medium range combat. Also, the airborne are pulling back briefly. Stuart tank is going to be arriving for the airborne, however. To supplement them. And I'm going to try and speak a little slower, because that might make me clearer on the microphone. I'm still trying to adjust some new settings, because I got an update for the software, and that's changed over a lot of things. Hopefully I'm not sounding a little bit... No, hopefully I'm not sounding too different. Artillery strike being held by the lieutenant again. It's very rapid. Very quick. 40 munitions though. Of how quick it arrives and how quick you can launch it, I think it's good. Get the caliber moon to the front line again. And here's the Stuart light tank. Basic light infantry support tank of the United States. And with I think a 45mm main gun. And double 30 calibers. Also pretty decent frontal armor. Actually not that decent frontal armor at the moment. It's only 450. That's actually not a lot at all. That could be killed pretty quick by most, even some autocannons on the German side. Go big push here. And just pushing up here with an MG42 suppressing the infantry there. Stuart being shot at over here. Not much happening. Grenadiers are clearing out the machine gun though. That's it, rifleman squad. Yep. 4 airborne squads moving up to use the cover. Getting up behind the rubble here. Pack 40 has been called in by the Wehrmacht. Try and deal with the Stuart, I imagine. NG42 doing a good job here on the rear echelon. I have to pull back after seeing that 50 caliber set up. Don't want to risk being near 50 caliber opening fire.
Ready. Go ahead.
Mattcasting armed with a lot of various equipment here. 2 MK B42s, 2 Gewehr 43s, and a MP40 on the squad leader. That's a good amount of weaponry. NG42 trying to set up here. Oh, airborne squad out in a bad spot here. Mowed down by the MG42 quickly.
We just lost a unit.
Oh, canister shots loaded here on the Stuart. That's the thing it can do. Basically making it into a giant shotgun. Yeah, that's the kind of graphic I want for like the shotguns. You see the thing happening here? With fire. Never mind. The shot where it scatters out. That would like be a good graphic for the shotgun, but I'm not sure you can actually do it. With how many Heroes 2 modding is. Pack 40 relocating down here the best it can. But the Americans are securing the southern fuel now. And Leichter does not want to lose their fuel, I'm pretty sure. Like the Panzer can be a very fuel-intensive commander. Well, there's more focus around light vehicle support. But it does get the Panther A, so it can get some good tanks. Well, not good, but decent tank. 50 caliber opening fire here, the best it can. It has to be loaded apparently. Oh, it doesn't have any sight. 5 grenade going out there, almost killing the team. Good tank ready to move. Pack is pulling back briefly. Germans are a little bit in a bad spot, I think. So we also have a recall rifle on one of the teams and laying mines. Good to see. Airborne can lay mines, by the way. Makes them quite useful behind enemy lines. And something you would expect of them. Airborne can be quite cheeky after all.
Stand by. Orders.
Ooh, I don't think the airborne want to go there. Oh, they could grab that 30 caliber. But that's a double 30 caliber squad. That's a lot of firepower in one unit when that gets upgraded. They suppress the MG42. Nah, I think they might be able to win against the MG42 because of that and the fact they're behind light cover. Yeah, MG42 is pulling back. Good needs to be cautious still that Pack 40 is still around. Germans are going for Fahrzeughalle, so we might see some vehicles soon, a tank. Another Panzer Grenadier going to be arriving for the like the division.
Standing by. Yes.
Need some medic attention though. Those models are quite low on health somewhat. Almost down to half health on the model, on the unit as a whole. Those models will drop quick. Looks like artillery, might be flares. That looks like flare artillery. Giving the Germans an idea of what the Americans are doing. This flare artillery fires over the entire front line. A little bit silent now. Panzergrenadier is also being armed with the MKB-42 and Gewehr 43s. That's a lot of good weaponry there. All are going to be very good on the move and just overall in medium range. Panzergrenadiers are just lacking panzers to support. Never mind, the Americans are just digging in with all their airborne. So hiding positions and waiting. Lieutenant is keeping an eye up here. By the destroyed sewage pipe. A water pipe, just blowing water out on the street. Oh, and the double 30 calibers are now ripping into that MG42. That's a lot of firepower right here. How much rounds do they have? 250 rounds? That's insane. You can fire that thing for a while before you have to reload. Holy shit, United States. Panzer IV-G coming out here. The unique Panzer IV available too. Like that. I believe this one can be armed with high explosives and actually able to switch between them. Unlike the Panzer IV-H. Which can make it somewhat useful dealing with infantry. Actually quite useful dealing with infantry. There'd actually be nothing here that could actually beat it easily apart from all these recoilless rifles. But they rely on ambush. Captain also arriving here for the United States. Both the airborne company's leadership arriving here on the battlefield. Panzergrenadiers are moving to the northern flank. The lieutenant will not be able to fight that. First few shots are being fired. Now the Germans know they're there. Get out for the bushes. They're gonna try and get up behind this newspaper area. I think that's news like a newspaper posting or propaganda thing. Just like a place with news. Even the captain is nearby, but I don't think they can fight. Oh, the squad is wounded though. Making them easy shots, especially when they get across the open road here. Captain getting on flank. Rifle going out. Ooh, captain down though. And both officers are gonna go down. Both officers down at the cost of one Panzergrenadier. That's not that bad actually. Officers can be quite expensive, but here comes the Stuart. And that's the effect I want for the shotguns. You see like the canister shot here? Ooh, the fire again. Ooh, Panzer IV shot but didn't penetrate. That's lucky. Ooh, that's an MG42. It's not going to get far. He can probably switch safety to high explosives here. The only real tank for this is Stuart. He wants to kill the Stuart though. There you go. Now I can switch to high explosives. That's going to make the Panzer IV actually quite dangerous when you think about it. M10 coming up in the United States. First high explosive misses. Smoke grenade in the way. One recoilless rifle hits. We'll force the Panzer IV back, I think. Half track arriving here with some Panzer Grenadiers. A unique call in too, like that, where you can just get a Panzer Grenadier squad with a half track. You can also get another Panzer Grenadier squad that's arriving in an Oberblitz that have the ability to repair, I believe, which is this one, the 200th Panzer Grenadiers. That's the 90th. Two very different Panzer Grenadiers. But the M10 is definitely going to make a problem for that Panzer IV-G, I think. And here's the M10.
Send your orders.
American tank destroyer now available to airborne as well. Actually pretty decent, because I got a buff where its range is increased. It's actually able to serve as a tank destroyer without being too much of a problem. Also, they called it Hole Puncher. I saw in that skin. That's pretty funny. Because it punches holes in panzers, I get it. It's even getting the unique shells, the M79 APT shells, which do less damage, but do penetrate more. It's like a trade-off. Do you want to do more penetrations, but less damage? Or do more damage when you penetrate? It's essentially kind of how it is. But the Germans have spotted it.
Kill those stupid bastards!
There's also a 3-inch gun. I believe it's the exact same gun as on the M10.
Ready.
Yeah, it's called a 3-inch gun, so it's the same one.
Vehicle ready. Crew set.
This one is just motorized, as it's called, or I suppose it would be mechanized, because it's tracks. Took a shot there, no penetration. That's 4G moving up to take a shot. Doesn't penetrate. No penetration from either side. Looks like that plane is flying very low. Oh, got a penetration there. Okay, the G has to pull back. Oh, the G is arriving though, I think. No, they canceled the G, okay. High explosive from the M10 there, almost killed the squad. Another lieutenant moving up. That's a very low flying plane. Playing it very risky here. And there it goes, flying off the battlefield. Airborne trying to get around the flank here. They'll run into these Hans Gradius. Depending on who makes the first move here. Ah, the Americans know they're there. Those are concussion grenades, didn't reach far enough. Lieutenant's gonna jump into the building. Gets some good shots out, and then the assault team moves up. Oh, and that's a Data Panzergrenadier squad. Very good job with all those carbines. The carbine is pretty good in close range combat, as you can tell. It's actually really good in urban combat. And several airborne squads get the carbine as their base weapon, so... Then stays here. He's almost repaired. Probably serviceable. Not a lot of action yet, but the G is moving. Because it doesn't have side skirts, so the rocket-based anti-tank weaponry is actually pretty good against... Oh, how good explosive though. Almost killed the squad. There's a bazooka team in there, doesn't penetrate. Half track down. Artillery called in as well by the lieutenant. Attack quickly trying to rush up. But there is a 3-inch nearby. Half cloud in the field as well. Attack taking shots, driving into the driver. High explosive in the M10. Will it hit? Ooh. Looks like it got cancelled by something. E2 shipment coming out to the field as well. No, M10 now. So now the Panzer 4G can do a lot more damage. Or at least be a lot more secure about it. Oh! Bazooka hits it, don't penetrates. Now it's the movement that's going to be a Panzergrenadier instead. The Panzergrenadiers seem to be pretty decent with their weaponry when they get into the right spot. At the right range, instead of being entirely close where the carbines have the advantage. The Balldarnung also upgrade on him. Very good grenade. Basically a bundle grenade. This double 30 caliber squad still holds the sender for the United States. A2 Sherman is going to be coming out, but they're taking up, so it's going to be delayed. A new bunch of officers, so not a lieutenant and a cap. Might be useful. And if they want to switch to some of the commander-specific upgrades, like the Thunderbolt Defensive Overwatch or the double 500 bomb. That's good, just moving up here. I think they might have the advantage at that range. Range is trying to get shots in though. It's only using AP shells for it. Because the AT guns cannot use high explosive shells anymore. It's a little bit too strong sometimes, I think. Oh, that's a satchel charge. That building's denied. I guess even the Americans couldn't use it anymore. Okay, Baldardon going out and then the retreat. Doesn't stun them, so that might be that squad. They might make it. Looks like these Panzer Grenadiers will make it. Oh, almost. High explosive there forces the airborne off. The Panzer Grenadier does make it home. And the Panzer 4G is actually a good choice against the airborne because the airborne is so infantry centered. So having a German tank that can just use high explosives as its base shell is surprisingly useful. Double Panzer 4G now in the streets. Oh, good high explosives. That Fiend's gun, if they can get in range to kill it. There we go, like that. Remember, an AT gun is not safe if the tank can hit it. After what counts an AT gun? A tank that can get on the front of the AT gun. That maintains its front of the AT gun, I mean. The SEGA team is trying to do its best, but it's essentially a suicide job. Which many soldiers did actually think about being the anti-tank teams back in the day. And I understand why. And these Panzer IVs now just ripping through the Americans' defenses. Oh yeah, it's not looking good for the United States now. Panzer 4Gs are getting very close. That was a successful charge, I think. A little bit mistimed. Captain down again. Yeah, the Americans are lacking enough to kill them. They're actually hitting the American base now. Like, I don't get why people skip the G. Because the G is actually a pretty decent Panzer IV because of that high explosive ability. It's something that makes Like actually pretty damn good. I do not underestimate the Panzer 4G. Even if it doesn't get the side skirts, it's still pretty damn good. They're going in for the base, double Sherman 76 being prepared. Probably the one thing airborne has that can counter them easily. Ooh, looks like the recoil rifle missed. When these high explosive shells are just tearing through the Americans. Oh, one recoil rifle hit. That's what shots going on. 57mm coming up. The Panzer IV is going to pull back for now because of that. Well, Germans have some territory again, which they probably feel very smug about. But we do have the Pioneers up here to help facilitate repairs quick. That's your Panzer. That's actually eventually free Panzer 4G already. That's actually a pretty good Panzer IV then. 32 kills. Wow. Here's 76 Sherman. Should be able to fight the Panzer 4Gs handily. Generally, the 76 Shermans are not bad at all. 840 armor versus 800. So it still has more armor, the G. So it should actually be able to win if it switches to AP, but the Shermans should be cheaper in some capacity. And just fire faster. The Shermans can fire pretty damn fast, generally. The Germans have secured a lot of the streets now. Man, the heat is killing me. Oh, this summer is just the worst for me. I actually don't enjoy summer that much. I know that sounds like ridiculous because a lot of people love summer. I don't. I feel so horrible in the heat and everything. I prefer winter or spring. I can also really do fall. But I mostly like winter for the most part. I enjoy winter a lot. Well, depending on how cold it is, I guess. So the Panzer Grenadiers are also ready here to move out if they want. Panzer IV could make a move, but the Shermans are now on the field to support the airborne. Panzer IV coming out now for the Like division. Finding some mobile artillery options that's rocket based. Germans on the move.
Heavy machine gun team ready for orders.
Panzer IV is not switched to AP yet. Which now after noticing there's the Shermans, probably thanks to the Aufklar. Needs to be cautious. Shermans are moving down here, popping some smoke. You know where the pack is. Oh, good shot with a recoilless rifle. Well, the Panzer IV is getting shots into the 50 caliber, but there's no high explosive shell shit. Oh, it actually hit the Sherman there. All the Shermans flanking up pretty far. Pack is in a very dangerous position. Trying to turn around. Trying to get out of there, which is not going to help us. Smoke clears, I think. Kettenwerf opening fire. Not sure what it's looking at. Pack clears. Aiming around here. Doesn't kill the Sherman there. He's got good shots in the Shermans. They're hunting them down. There we go. That's one Sherman gone. Good job there from Professor using the Light Division. So they're now going on airborne hunting with their high explosive shells. Because they're trying to aim mines, but it might be too late. Only anti-personal mines down here so far. That's their airborne squad, I think. No, it overshot. But 50 caliber down to the other squad. Oh, well, the other tank. Or airborne dropped, equipment dropped in. Looks like it's going to be a 57. That Sherman still needs some repairs. If the G's focus it together, they have switched to APs. They could probably easily kill it.
Armor here.
The G is pretty freaking good by the looks of it. Like, sure, you don't get the H, so you don't get as much armor, but the G is just barely good with that ability to switch between shells.
You need something?
You can just put emphasis on like to meant to be like a very mobile commander too, I think. Yeah, they do have sight on it. They're trying to tie to manual fire. I guess there's a side block in the way for the AI. Yeah, well, I'll try to sneak around using side blockers. Ah, they got pinned. That means they actually have to fall back, because if they just remain on the fire, they cannot do anything.
AT gun ready.
There's no point in keeping them there. I suppose they have to soak up bullets though, because while they're pinned and to the ground, they do take reduced damage for a while. High explosive kills the 57.
Just took out an entire gun crew.
And with that they pull back and they might actually die there. And that's a dead squad. Ooh, Alpha right in the front there, they haven't been spotted yet. Guess if the reaction got a little bit closer they would have. Putting into a small crater. The Panzer Force could probably press the attack here. They do have the Panzer Grenadiers ready to support behind them. There's an American mortar here. Well, M2 mortar. The Panzer Force making their move. Just want to take out that Sherman. Airborne with a recoilless rifle though. Getting close here. Doesn't penetrate. Sherman down, they can switch to explosives now. Doing so quickly just as the rockets hit in from the Kettenwerfer. Panzer, if I mean. Oh, recoilless rifle hit the driver. They're trying to pin that airborne squad though. Panzer is coming up behind. One for each tank, good to see. Needs to take out that 30 caliber. Getting good shots in and the Panzer Grenadiers killing them. Our squad is still fairly healthy. That's going to allow the teams to push up aggressively here. Good uses of the Panzer IV, jeez. Very good uses of them. 57 trying to get shots in though. That's one Panzer IV down. So these Panzer Grenadiers have no cover anymore, so they're getting no combat bonus while they have their tank. We have another M10 gonna be coming out here for the United States. And that's the double 30 caliber squad, I think.
Change of plans.
No wonder these guys want to run.
Sniper ready.
Alpha has to be cautious. More airborne in the field, but it is very costly for Q to replace these squads, as you can see in the manpower differences. Like the Germans have the manpower advantage, which we don't normally see. And when you place the airborne, it is very costly to lose squads. It's a very quality-based commander, the United States. At least if you focus on the airborne. They have this thing where all the airborne troops like replenish faster, but cost 33% more to replenish, so you really don't want to lose models either as a airborne player. It's a very interesting playstyle for the airborne. Oh, we're seeing a full tech up here for Professor. Looks like they might actually aim for a Panther if they can hold on long enough. I'm not sure the Panther is the right choice here, because I think the Panzer 4Gs will do the job just as well. Not that they're fighting anything that's too heavily armored. They've even proven the Panzer 4Gs can deal with the M10s reliably. M4-2 is sitting up here and against some good shots to the Americans. Half-class still in this little crater area. Maintaining a watch in the United States troops. M10 is arriving here. And an MD-42 is trying to kill the 57mm crew, I think. And so it did.
Gun crew just got wiped out.
Mechanised opening up. A rocket standing around here. And the stunning from the Panzerwerfer does allow you to move up safely. And indeed, we are going to see a Panther A. Okay. Looks like Professor thinks they need a Panther A to the front line. Deal with all the Americans. Might be a little overkill, but it will probably certainly cement their victory at this point. Oh, looks like the Alpha class has been spotted. Not sure by what. Oh, the American recon team. That's a recon team here. Oh, why did they spot them? We're trying to get back. Ah, he's gonna keep the Panzer 4G on anti-infantry support. Well, the Panther will take care of any pesky little armor the Americans pull out. Panzer is pushing up here. So if this double 30 caliber score is going to get too much done, they did kill one model there and almost killed a lot more. Not a lot, no. Oh, dangerous. Yeah, it's not looking good for the United States at the moment. And now have this point too, so they're actually almost very close to threatening the American base entirely. Ooh, Alpha class very close here. Which I think is the Alpha class advantage in this case, actually. That's the Gewehr 43s and the MKB 42s. Balladung on the mortar, destroying it. I don't think the US can keep this up for much longer. Especially with the Panzer 4G moving and the Panther A arriving. Explosive overshot. M10 is gonna try and get a shot in during retaliation. No penetration. Oh, one good damaging shot there. Will that Panzer Grenadier get away? Looks like they do. Here's the Panther A though. Panther A is like the worst version of the Panther you can get. It's only available to Leichter, I believe, and SS Panzer if you call it the Estonian SS. And at this point, Q surrenders. Enjoy the Panther, I suppose. I'll see you all in the next one, everyone. Bye bye!